Hey, what's up, people? I'm back. I'm gonna get to it. I just finished up my semester in school, so I'm finally able to just breathe and kind of get back to it. So I want to present something to you real quick. This is gonna be a quick video. Um, I want to announce and acknowledge that this is a season that God is calling all of His sons and daughters to get into your purpose. This is a season for purpose, and one of the things that I'm learning myself. Anything that you do that's outside of your purpose is not going to work. Even if you're seeing like a small amount of success, it's not going to last. There's so many people that have went and got degrees in certain fields, and it's two things that's happening. Either one, they can't find a job in their field, or two, they have a job in their field, but they are unfulfilled and unhappy. So it's like there's a void that's there, because you're not doing what God had predestined or purpose for you to do. So that's why He told Jeremiah, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you and ordained you a prophet. There was already a relationship established before he was formed in the womb. There was already a purpose that was predestined by God, something that was already orchestrated for his life, and that's for everybody. Even if it's not ministry, whether it's career, if God told you to get into management, you should not be taking secondary jobs or subordinate positions, because that's not your purpose. A lot of times, if God is calling you to business or to management, it's because He's calling you to marketplace ministry. Yeah, you can be helping somebody break generational curses in their life by hiring them and putting them in a different tax bracket. They can be the financial source for their entire family. And you being a manager, not only are you coaching them as far as the career side, but you're ministering to them on the spiritual side. If God called you into full-time ministry, it's time to drop everything you're doing and go and accept the call into full-time ministry. Because anything you put your hands to that does not have His purpose stamped on it, it's not going to last, or it's not going to work. That's why the Bible says in Proverbs 19:21, many are the devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, is going to be the counsel of the Lord that's going to stand. So they use the word devices, but when you break that word down, it means the thought of man, our own personal desires that's separate and outside of the will of God. So many are the desires and the thoughts of a man, but it's the purpose of the Lord that's going to stand. So anything you do outside of that, and you are not walking in your purpose or walking into what God called you to do, He's going to cause disruption. He's going to cause irritation. If God has positioned you to move to a different career or a different journey or different relationships, whatever the case may be, if you're not moving, He's going to move you Himself. So you're going to start catching all kind of hell. You're going to be in a position to where it seems like you're always in trouble. It's always some type of rift. It's always some type of strife, division, discord. And it's not the devil, it's from the Lord. So find your purpose, because this is a season that God is calling people to have purpose over preference. It don't matter what you prefer to do. What He set purpose for you to do is what's going to last. So if you are not, like, I'll put myself as an example. I desire to drive trucks. I want to go get my CDL license. That's my desire. That's my thought, because I like to travel. I like to go to different places. See different things, be in different environments. Like, that's me. I would prefer to travel. That's not what He purposed for me. I'm called to the business world. So I got to get myself back established and start heading into the business world. And I know exactly where He wants me. So I'm already making preparations for that, because everything else outside of that, if I go and touch it, try to get a CDL, I can get on, and He may give me favor to get on, but it's not going to last. Or I may not even be able to get the CDL license. Something may come up to the point to where I can't do it, because that's my preference, but that's not His purpose. So this is a season that God is fulfilling purpose and destiny. Anything that He has set for you to do, He expects for you to do it, because He has an expected end. If you are not obligated or operating in what He has called you to do, I would advise you to position yourself Because a lot of times people, oh, well, I'm afraid to step out because if I step out, then how is this going to get paid? Or how, am I going to be able to manage finances for this project? Or how am I going to be able to survive knowing that I have to shut everything down and just move or make that transition? Because you got to understand that your provision is wrapped and tied into your purpose. So if God has made a purpose, I guarantee you that provision is stitched inside of purpose. So you shouldn't have to worry about how he's going to provide. Just know that if you step forth into your purpose, the provision is already established. It's already there. It's waiting on you to make a move. It's waiting on you to walk into it. It's waiting on you to stop being fearful. It's waiting on you to stop second guessing. It's waiting on you to stop sitting up there trying to get 100 confirmations. Well, Lord, is this you? Well, Lord, what you think? And then you got to call 100 people to determine, is this the Lord? It's the Lord. He told you already. He already showed it to you. Step in what he has called for you to do. Step into what he has called for you to be. Step into what he has predestined and purpose for your life. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it's difficult. Yes, it seems uneasy because a lot of times, like I said previously, it's the fear of the unknown. Because a lot of times when God tells you something, he doesn't give you full details. He just tell you to go. You're not going to get, because if you get the details of how things are supposed to be, you might step out and back up. And see, he don't want you to do that. He just wants you to go straight forward. So I told you this is going to be a quick video. I'm going to try to end it. Purpose over preference. This is the season. Step into it. Whatever he's called you to do. If he called you to go back to school, go back to school. If he's called you to make a transition from one place to the next, make that transition. Whatever he's knocking on your heart to do, and you feel this tug in your spirit, that's him. And he's calling you to get back in what he has predestined for you to do. If he called you to be in ministry, stop being scared. Start your ministry. Get online. Don't worry about, well, I don't know, because I may not have enough people following me. That does not matter. Somebody is assigned to your voice. Somebody is assigned to your ministry. Somebody is assigned to you, training them to be disciples. Just start. Do what God instructed you to do. Don't be hesitant. Don't procrastinate, because I promise you, if you procrastinate, you go find yourself in a whirlwind of issues. So jumping into it, what God has called you to do. If you are trying to tiptoe and get into other investments and endeavors and it's not aligned with God, do not expect it to work. Don't expect it to work. It's not. You're going to be wasting your time and you're going to be very upset. So step outside. If you step outside, God is going to dry it up. But if you stay within the will of God, everything that you put your hands to, God is going to make it to where you prosper. But it's going to be only tied to his purpose and not your preference. Y'all be easy.